Hello Aquarius, Aquarius Rising and Aquarius Moon people. This is your weekly astrological and card forecast for the week starting January 23rd, 2017. And a quick reminder for you guys, remember this week I'm doing another Astrology Love webinar all about compatibility, love languages, synastry, and exploring karmic relationships. And it's going to be on Thursday. If you're interested in signing up, you can check out more information on my website, integrativemysticism.com, and reserve your space. It's going to be a lot of fun. So what is going on with your astrology this week? We've got a great deal of positive changes going on for you, and I think that what's happening is that it's almost like the opposite of last week. Last week we had Mars crossing Chiron, everyone had extra buttons to push, everyone was extra stressed out, everyone was highly reactive, not necessarily in a very accurate or a very graceful way. And this week we have Venus crossing Chiron. And Venus crossing Chiron Tuesday and Wednesday in your earned income sector brings an opportunity for patching things up. You know, this is sort of a patch-up angle. We talk about forgiveness, we talk about forgetting, we talk about redemption, redeeming, recovery. And this is going on in your area of earned income and employment. If there have been any kind of troubles or any kind of conflicts or controversies going on at the workplace, coworkers, bosses, clients, and customers, maybe even arguments over money, we do have a recovery going on. If you feel like you may be accidentally, losing money, we could have that money coming back. If you feel like maybe things have been a challenge for you because your relationship with a certain client or a certain customer has, gone down the tubes, or a big project, or maybe even, again, a relationship with a boss is starting to become strained, thank goodness we have that doing a big 180 in the best of ways in the middle of the week. Later on, we have Mercury, the planet of communications, in Capricorn, in your 12th house, your privacy, your hidden zone, forming a gorgeous sextile to Neptune in your 2nd house. And what's going to happen is that we might find out that somewhere in our creative pastimes there is an activity or a project we could monetize and turn into something quite quite profitable. This might actually be something that you have decided to publish, something you've decided to collaborate on or to work on. This could be even people being interested in discovering your musical ability or your artistic abilities. And what's happening all next weekend, starting on Thursday, being strongest Thursday and Friday, but still the energy lasts through about, I'm going to say Saturday, you're going to be really kind of buckling down and finally getting to work on this, getting something ready for a big launch with a big payoff. So what is going on with your cards then this week, we may ask? Well, for your spiritual advice, we have the card of the Ragnarok. The Ragnarok is talking about the final endings, or initiating what needs to be cleared, what needs to be decluttered, what needs to be torn down in our life. Okay, the Ragnarok card connects very strongly to the tarot card of the Tower. And this is talking about, again, knocking something down so that the pieces of it can be built up into something better. And this can actually have a lot to do with, again, our personal projects, our personal aspirations, a business plan. This could even have to do with knowing how to reassemble a team. If there's a team around us, how do we rearrange the team? Is somebody doing something they shouldn't do? Are we failing to utilize everyone's expertise? But with the Ragnarok card, it is talking about an ending nonetheless. How do we actually commit to the ending or the destruction of something that's growing out of control, or something that is not necessarily what you thought it was going to turn out to be, and give it a fresh start? For your Earth sector, when it comes to your work and finances, we've got the Five of Wands reversed. And again, we've got peace coming to any kind of, I guess you could say, combative or maybe even controversial work relationship. The Five of Wands reverse can indicate what I like to call a ceasefire. If you've been fighting a lot with coworkers and, and clients and customers, if there's been a lot of arguments, we've already seen that with the Venus crossing Chiron. But the Five of Wands reverse, though, can indicate some challenges coming up with people being too passive, people waiting too long. Those of you looking for new jobs and things like that, this can be a card of a warning. Have you been waiting too long for somebody to call you back? Have you been waiting too long to check in with a recruiter? You may find out that you actually have a big win or a big success that you might be ignoring because you're waiting for someone to call you instead. In fact, with the Five of Wands reversed, it is usually saying the early bird gets the worm. The person who's taking the initiative gets the bigger prize. So make sure at this point in time we're not bowing out, we're not staying too passive, and we're not spending too much time waiting, because there is some good fortune this week, but it's not going to go out and smack you in the face. You got to go out and hunt it down. For your communications with air, when it comes to your friends, your relatives, and the others in your life, we do have the Nine of Cups upright. And the Nine of Cups is a gorgeous card because this does indicate a yes answer and an approval. This may actually come as a great bit of encouragement, a big surprise, because you may be wondering if a friend or a relative, is sort of on the same page with you. Is this person on the same page with you? If you were to ask them for this favor, or ask them to join this thing, or ask them to be a part of something special with you, would they even do it? Would they even let you be there? Would they allow themselves to join? Would they commit to it with you? And the answer is yes, ultimately, because the Nine of Cups is actually saying, if you've been kind of wondering if this person's interested at all, or you need to ask for a big favor, they're in it for you. So, don't hold back. For your challenge this week with fire, we do have the Chariot card upright. And the Chariot card upright as a challenge is not actually a bad challenge, because the Chariot card can basically talk a lot about a need to pay attention to where you can actually be more inclusive with other priorities. Usually the Chariot card can talk about, some problems where we are trying to blend what seems like two completely opposite priorities to work towards the same goal. And they actually can and will. The Chariot card upright can also indicate here that you yourself, Aquarius, may be needing to finally start picking up the pace in your own life. Where have you been taking things too slow? Maybe we've been taking it easy on ourselves, maybe we've been being too gentle, maybe we've been babying ourselves a little bit. And the Chariot card upright is basically saying you need to focus on, actually being a bit more aggressive. Especially with all these social wheelings and dealings, a lot of what's happening here is, it's saying be more assertive and be more aggressive at work, with your friends. Make sure that we're actually kind of getting more involved, because the Chariot card upright as a challenge can also indicate you're being challenged to get involved and stay involved during this week. Maybe we've been kind of having a hard time getting into the groove of things. Maybe we're not used to integrating a new routine. Screw it, sometimes we just have to. For your emotions with water and your romantic life, we do have the Page of Cups reversed. Well, somebody's interested, but I don't know if you're interested back, because the Page of Cups reversed can indicate a love opportunity coming your way, but I don't know if you necessarily like their style. And the Page of Cups reversed doesn't necessarily mean this is a bad person, but they may be going about it all the wrong way. Sometimes the Page of Cups reversed can talk about a complaint that you have about too much attention, or maybe even too much attention to the point where it's kind of feeling a bit smothering and a bit crowding. This could even be coming from a lover. And usually with the Page of Cups reversed, we've got to pay attention to why somebody is coming on so strong. Are they feeling maybe a little bit insecure or self-conscious? Are they worried that things are drifting? Well, we don't need to necessarily encourage them to maybe go a bit too far in the way they're expressing their affection or their love or whatever. But at the same time, we do want to address that no, nobody's going nowhere. You don't have to push me away with all the, with all the pushing that's coming from you. Because we do have pushiness. It's affectionate pushiness, but it's pushiness nonetheless coming your way this week in love. For those of you who are single and looking, again, people might be coming off a tad strong. It doesn't necessarily mean they're a bad catch, but you might want to actually just make the point of saying, look, just because I want this to be a balanced dating situation and I'm looking for a balanced relationship doesn't mean that we can't have that happen. It's the behavior, not the person. That's the problem. So that is your forecast, Aquarius. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please like, share, and subscribe. I appreciate it. And of course, if you'd like to get a session, you can always follow the links below, or go to integrativemysticism.com.